On the morning of August 24th, 79 AD, the people of Pompeii were going about their ordinary lives. Bakers were baking bread, wine merchants were opening their shops, children were playing in the streets, citizens were visiting the forum, the bathhouses, the theatre. It was a prosperous, cosmopolitan Roman city of approximately 20,000 people, situated near the Bay of Naples in southern Italy, at the foot of a large mountain called Vesuvius that nobody alive at the time considered particularly dangerous. By the following morning, the city and almost all of its people were gone, buried under 4 to 6 meters of volcanic ash and pumice, sealed in a time capsule by one of the most violent volcanic eruptions in recorded history. And here is the extraordinary thing. That very destruction that killed Pompeii also preserved it. The layers of ash that buried the city sealed its buildings, its streets, its art, its food, its graffiti, and in many cases its people in near-perfect condition for almost 2,000 years. When archaeologists began excavating Pompeii in the 18th century, they did not find ruins. They found a city, a complete Roman city, frozen at the moment of its destruction, offering a window into everyday life in the ancient world, unlike anything that exists anywhere else on Earth. Pompeii is arguably the most important archaeological site ever discovered.
Pompeii in 79 AD was a thriving Roman city with a long history. It had been inhabited for centuries before the Romans, first by Oscan tribes, then by Greeks and Etruscans, before coming under Roman control in the 3rd century BC. By the 1st century AD, it was a prosperous commercial city. It was a significant port and trading center serving the wealthy region of Campania, with a population between 11,000 and 20,000 people. The city had all the features of a sophisticated Roman urban environment: a forum, several temples, 2 theaters, and an amphitheater for 20,000 spectators. It featured multiple bathhouses, a large covered market, hundreds of shops, and an extensive system of roads with raised stepping stones for pedestrians. The city also had a sophisticated water supply system, with lead pipes bringing water from a distribution tank to fountains, bathhouses, and wealthy homes. Many of its buildings were decorated with elaborate frescoes and mosaics. The city even had a form of fast food restaurants called thermopolia. Hot food was kept warm in containers built into stone counters on the street, and dozens of these have been found perfectly preserved. Pompeii was, in many ways, a remarkably modern-feeling city. Mount Vesuvius had not erupted in living memory when it destroyed Pompeii. The fertile volcanic soil of the surrounding region made it excellent farmland, and the mountain was extensively cultivated with vineyards and farms. There had been a significant earthquake in 62 AD that caused substantial damage to Pompeii and the surrounding region, and historians now believe this was caused by Vesuvius beginning to reawaken after centuries of dormancy. But nobody in Pompeii connected the earthquake to a volcanic threat. On August 24th, 79 AD, at approximately 1 in the afternoon, Vesuvius erupted with catastrophic violence. A column of volcanic ash, pumice, and gases shot upward to an altitude of approximately 33 kilometers, higher than commercial aircraft fly today. This column began to collapse and fall across the surrounding region in the afternoon. Pompeii, located approximately 10 kilometers from the volcano, began to be buried under a rain of pumice, stones, and ash. Many people initially sheltered in their homes or in public buildings. Some tried to flee. By midnight, a series of pyroclastic surges, fast-moving clouds of superheated gas and ash, traveling at hurricane speeds, had reached Pompeii. The temperature in these surges was around 300 degrees Celsius. Death was virtually instantaneous. The entire city was buried under meters of volcanic material.
What makes Pompeii so extraordinary as an archaeological site is what happened in the centuries after the eruption. The volcanic ash that buried the city hardened around everything it covered: buildings, furniture, food, artwork, and in the most haunting cases, human and animal bodies. When the bodies of the victims decomposed over the centuries, they left voids in the hardened ash, perfectly shaped to the positions in which they died. In the 19th century, the Italian archaeologist Giuseppe Fiorelli had the brilliant idea of pouring liquid plaster into these voids to create casts. The results are among the most moving artifacts in all of archaeology. Plaster figures frozen in the postures of their final moments. A family huddled together, a dog chained up and unable to escape, a man with his hands over his face. These figures communicate across 2,000 years with an immediacy that no written description can match. Beyond the victims, Pompeii preserves the details of daily Roman life with astonishing completeness. Bread was found still in ovens, eggs were found on tables, wine jars were found stacked in shops, graffiti covered the walls, including election slogans, love poems, insults, jokes, and even ancient versions of rude drawings. The graffiti alone has taught scholars an enormous amount about how ordinary Romans spoke and thought. Pompeii was rediscovered in the 18th century during construction work in the region. Formal archaeological excavations began in 1748 under the patronage of the King of Naples. For over 2 centuries, excavations have progressively revealed more of the city. But here is the remarkable fact. Even today, after almost 3 centuries of excavation, approximately 1/3 of Pompeii remains unexcavated. New discoveries are made regularly. In 2019, archaeologists discovered an extraordinarily well-preserved ancient fast food shop, a thermopolium, with intact food remains and vivid frescoes showing what the food items being sold looked like. In 2020, the remains of 2 men, possibly a master and his slave, were found in a chamber where they had taken shelter. In 2021, a ceremonial chariot was discovered in extraordinary condition in a villa just outside the city walls. The ongoing Great Pompeii project has been systematically excavating the unexcavated third of the city with modern technology. New discoveries continue to reshape our understanding of Roman life, art, and society. Pompeii is not just an archaeological site, it is a living history project. Every year brings new revelations from a city that was frozen in time 2,000 years ago. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching.